Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in the dining room. Today is Friday, July 5th, and it is day 5 of our 10-day clutter clearing challenge. So we are going to be working on the dining room today, and if you've been following along, you know this is a challenge that was issued by Denise Lynn on Facebook, and she actually has a private Facebook group that's now archived. The challenge ended in June, at the end of June. So what I'm doing is just sharing with you my process and what I'm able to get decluttered as we go along. And you can certainly join in and just do some decluttering in the same area that I'm working on as a way to hopefully encourage you to get some decluttering done as well. So what's really neat about this challenge is Denise has some descriptions and tips for each day. So for today, one of the things she talked about was that the dining room and the family room, which you could choose either room. I'm going to do the dining room today, and then we'll do the family room on a separate day. That both of these rooms represent relationships, family, communication, and health. And then she talked about going through the same process where you close your eyes, relax in the space, and think about, she has a few different questions, things like, how are your relationships with your friends and family? Do you generally feel relaxed and at ease with your life and with your future? Some very interesting things. And then as you're going through that process, then you start thinking about what in the space would help you feel more of those positive things that you're trying to do in your space. And that is part of setting an intention for your decluttering or your clutter clearing. So in doing that, I determined that both the family room and the dining room have spaces that need to be done. But today, for time constraints, I'm going to work on the dining room. And this was something that came up fairly recently because we had a little birthday party for my daughter who turned 5 in June. So if you've been following, you know that it is generally pretty good. Really, there's not a whole lot. I mean, we have, you know, as you can see, the table, the chairs. This buffet I have recently decluttered within the last 5 or 6 months as part of some other decluttering I was doing. So actually, I had to get in there for a couple of things during the party, and I was reminded of that fact because it was easy to find what I needed. The things that I was looking for were there, and there weren't a bunch of extra things that I never used getting in the way. So that was good. But what I think I could work on today is this smaller buffet right there. I haven't done any decluttering in there. I use the top of it for kind of a coffee station if we have company over, but I haven't done too much on the inside of it. And during the party, I had to get in there for a few things, and I was reminded of what is in there and the fact that it's a lot of stuff. Not a lot. There are some things that I just use when we entertain, and then there are other things that I bought thinking I would use when we entertain, and I've had them for a while and still haven't used them. So this party was a reminder that I think it's just time to let them go. So I'm going to get myself set up over there. I'm hopefully going to only do about 10 minutes of decluttering, maybe less, as Denise has told us that time frame that you're choosing to declutter in, whether it's 10, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, spend about half the time decluttering and the other half of the time putting things back in order, getting things straightened up so that you are finished and not leaving yourself with a big mess. So let's go head over there and we will get started. Okay, I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes and we'll see what we can get done. I was just glancing up here, and some of what's up here are decorative things, like I have some just little candlesticks and stuff. I don't necessarily want to get rid of them because I do use them and want to continue using them, but I don't like having them stored out there, and I realized I could probably move them into that other buffet since I cleared it out. It just sort of didn't dawn on me. So as I'm finishing up, I'm going to try to do that. Then as we move down, you can see, like I said, this is kind of where I set up a coffee bar whenever we have guests. So let's start with these top 2 drawers because I think at this angle you can see what I have in each one. So this one I have candles, lighters, which I kind of forgot I had all of these in here. I see someone has dropped their trash in there. These are some little trays, which again, I'm okay keeping, but they might need to go elsewhere because this usually isn't where I go to for all my candles. I think that's part of the problem, is I need to come up with a space that I know all of my candles are stored, because what I was thinking was in here was this, a little collection of tea and some extra tea that I like, and extra plates. I thought it was more things like this, more tea. Actually, this tea right here, I'm gonna declutter this because I've had it for quite a while. I don't know if it's even good. And it was just from Aldi. Let's see if there's a date. Best by May 4th of 2019. Okay, so that can be decluttered, and I did get a bin so I can have somewhere to declutter things and a basket for things I want to keep. Okay, so now let's put all the candle type things in here for right now, just so that I know that I'm trying to find a place for them. And while I'm at it, I'll get all of these off of here, carefully, and that will help me remember that's what I'm trying to do. Well, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna lay those down. And then in a little bit, I can see if there's space over on the other side. Okay. Now then, so these little trays, I think I'm okay leaving in here. They're more of a, just, I don't know. They're more of like a serving tray, so that should be fine. Although on second thought, I think they should go over here too. All right, because yes, this is where I said I'm keeping all of my serving trays. Okay, now then, this is plates and what's back here? Empty bags for napkins, we don't need that. More napkins, more tea, more plates. Okay. So I'm wondering if there's anything, maybe I could do this. Get all of my tea over here and all of my sweetener packets here. Okay, just two, maybe. Okay, so stevia, let's try moving this here. There, okay, that's all that. Now I can put all my napkins here, extra toothpicks. What is this? This goes with a little fireplace thing over there, so that could stay here. This is for, I don't think I even have this anymore, so that could get decluttered. I don't have that coffee maker anymore. And these are lamp wicks, which are for my oil lamps there, and I am going to keep those in here because I remember that's where they are, and I don't need them very often. Okay, now moving on, let me show you the next drawer. This is where it gets a little more interesting. Aha! Okay, so I have coffee, instant coffee. I'm going to put that up there because that's more, well, maybe, because that seems like where I would look for it. Okay, and then I'm going to take a hard look at this. So this was a tray I had gotten as part of this set for entertaining, and it matches this bowl here. And I'm trying to think of what I put out on it. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm ready to get rid of that. It's hard to store. It's an awkward size. I just don't have a good place to keep it. So basically the rest of this, these are all different, like that's a good salad bowl, that's fine. These are bowls, we use those at the party because we did ice cream and I kind of like having all these extra bowls. This is a bowl that could be used for like pasta salad. I think that's what I've used it for. Drinks, and then what's under here? More plates. See, I forgot these were here. So I can get all of my little plates together. That would be handier, I think. Ah, and this is the lid. I thought maybe that was missing, but no, there's the lid for that. Let's try to spread the love a little there. Okay, so all of these plastic plates, and these are all platters. Okay, that actually seems like a much better use of the space, and just getting that one platter out of there helps a lot. And I still have other pieces I can use for the rare occasion when we have a pool party. Okay, moving on now. Now for this, I think I am going to drop you down a little bit so you can see. Hold on. Okay, so let's see what we have in here and what we can get rid of, what I can get rid of. So I know one of the things that, whoops, okay, these are coffee, like travel coffee lids and sleeves, which I have some up there. So these are the extra, which is okay to keep. I use those. These are the things I found and I thought, why am I keeping these? So, you know, they're from World Market. I thought they were cool. You're supposed to be able to cover the food, you know, if you have an outdoor party, but I'm ready to get rid of those. I don't eat outdoors that much that it's that much of a problem. Coffee cups, that's fine. This is what I use for silverware and napkins when we have a party. This piece here I have loved for a long time, but I'm kind of over it, I think. Oh, I don't know. I just don't use it anymore, and I think I'm just over it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let that one go. Then these I very seldom use, except maybe at the holidays, and I kind of know this is where they are, so I'm gonna keep those. Actually, okay, so that was my 10 minutes. Let's do another 10 minutes just to finish up and put things away. Okay, so that is that. Aha. And I have a fondue set in here, and I'm not even sure that I knew that I had a fondue set. So I can't remember if this was my husband's, if this was a wedding gift, if this was someone else's, and I said, oh sure, I'll take it, maybe I'll use it, but at this point I think I can let it go. I will double check with my husband and make sure that isn't something he's really wanting to keep. It might be his, I'm not sure. And as you can see, my poor little cabinet is old. It's an antique. It's not anything super valuable, and it's not in great shape. The bottom is kind of warped, but I have essentially plastic cups back here, and I see a leaning tower, which is never good. An old, so this is our ice bucket, and an old bowl that came out of my, let's see, it's a family, it's on my grandparents' farm, and the house was occupied by my two great uncles, bachelor uncles, and this was in the house. I think I can just maybe put things back in a little bit better order now, and let's see if we can't get that stand. This works fine, tucked back in there. Okay, and then I also have my cupcake travel thing. It pops open, so if you have a really tall cake, it works good for that. This I do use whenever I have guests. And here we have, okay, this is a very pretty bowl that I got. I kind of think I got it at, oh, here we go, Home Goods. But I think it's one of those things, I just loved the color and the design, but it doesn't really go with my color scheme in my house, and I never use it, and I never quite know what to use it for. So I think it's time to let that go as well. And then this planner I got from a friend. I'm not sure about this one. This one does go a little bit better with our color scheme here in the house. I think I'm going to keep that one just because it seems more useful. This one I can see myself using for cookies or roast chicken or something in those moments of high entertaining that I don't do very often. But that one seems a little more universal, and I think it's worth keeping, so I'm going to keep that. Now I can set all these back in here a little more easily and get to things. There should be room for all of this now. I can put that in there. Okay, this is my little thing for silverware. And then I can tuck all my glasses in the back. Okay, so now that has cleared that up quite a bit. Much more space, and I think the last part is I'm going to see if I can find room for the candles in the other buffet around the corner. So, let me see. Ooh, excuse me, one moment. Okay, here I am. It's very dark, and I'm sorry, but it's raining outside. So let's see. What can we do in here? Actually, what might be good is to do candles in this drawer, because I have cleaned it out quite a bit and I think things would fit. So let's do that. I'm gonna see if I can't get you a little bit better of a view. I don't know. Oops. Okay. So these tall ones I think just need to stand in there, because otherwise they'll be clanking around in the drawer, but that's fine. Those are easy to get in and out. So now these little ones I can just put down here, and then all of my lighters and candles can go down in here, because I really don't have much that I'm storing down here except for a few tablecloths, some extra placemats. That's pretty much it. So okay, that feels much better, and now it's making me think about a few other places that I have candles stashed, like in my kitchen, and it might be good to get those and put them in here too. And I just know this is where all of the candles are going. So okay, excellent, 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 excellent. Okay, I'm going to meet you over where it's brighter. There we are, everyone. Now I can hopefully be seen a little more easily. And that is wrapping up my day 5 of my 10-day clutter clearing challenge. And it feels really good. I actually went to Goodwill today and dropped off a box of things from the basement that had just been accumulating. So I'm getting that out of there. A couple other things. I had some stuff that needed to go back to my dad's house. I brought that over there. And now this is my little collection right here. So I have that plate, the fondue set, which I still need to, I still need to check on that. But then this tub has all kinds of things in it that I can just put in my Goodwill stash. So that can all get taken out of the house. And I know that basically this dining room is in a lot better shape. And it also feels good that I cleared off those little shelves up there a little bit. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully you were able to get some decluttering done as well, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow, day 6 of our 10-day challenge. That means we have made it halfway, and I have to say, every morning I think, oh, I don't know if I can do this again one more day. It's not that hard, but it just takes a little bit of concerted effort on my part, and you know, there's other things going on, but it's been feeling good every time I get a new one accomplished. Then it gives me more motivation and energy to keep going and do the next day. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe so you can catch all the videos in this series. Hit that like button if you like seeing me clear out my clutter, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.